Hey guys, what's up? My name is Tess. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am a licensed esthetician, and in today's video I want to talk about how your hair care might be affecting your skin. I think people just tend to think of them as two totally separate things. They're shopping for their hair concerns and they're shopping for their skincare concerns, but they may not realize that there can be a good amount of overlap between the two. Hair care products tend to be oil-based. That can cause problems for acne-prone people. It can also cause issues for people who are sensitive to fragrance or alcohol. So we are going to get into all of my tips. I know I struggled with breakouts on my forehead for the longest time, and it's something I have to be very, very conscious of that area and how I am managing the acne. Otherwise, it can totally resurface. The frustrating thing about cosmetic hair care based acne is it can take a while. It can take months for that buildup to accumulate. So you might not experience the breakouts until 3 or 6 months after you start using a product, when it's really difficult to pinpoint. It's also something I have seen with my clients. Oftentimes it's not only the hairline and the forehead area, but it is the neck and the back and the shoulders, anywhere that your hair comes into contact with your skin. There are so many things we can do to help manage the acne and prevent these type of breakouts. Oftentimes, even the forehead acne is misconstrued as fungal acne. So two totally different things. That's a whole nother video, but I'm really excited to share some of the tips that I use on a consistent basis and that I always try to pass down to my clients so they don't have to deal with frustrating breakouts from their hair care. Hope you guys enjoy these tips. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't already. Like this video if you do like it, and yeah, let's get into the tips. So I posted on my Instagram a little while ago with, a few notes and sort of touching on this topic, but I think there's so much more to say that I can better say in a video. But as far as that post, one thing I mentioned was you might kind of just assume that because ingredients are beneficial for your skin, they're beneficial for your hair and vice versa. Not necessarily the case. They are different structurally, and oftentimes we need products that have a little bit more oil, that are more emollient for our hair. Especially true for my people of color. Oftentimes the products marketed to people of color contain ingredients such as coconut oil or cocoa butter. These are really emollient ingredients, and though lovely, if you are acne prone, they can certainly be a problem. So I want to get into some of the ingredients that I would suggest avoiding in your hair care. One of the biggest offenders as far as ingredients is sodium lauryl sulfate. You just want to stay away from this in your skincare and your hair care. It is a very harsh surfactant. It's in car wash, it's in dish soap. It's something you do not need on your skin, let alone your hair. It's just far too stripping, and stripping that natural oil and moisture from the skin just tends to cause an adverse reaction and irritation, which can result in inflammation and breakouts. So SLS, we got to scratch from the list for. Have my phone because there is a whole little list, and I will put this on the screen as well. You can also go back and reference my Instagram post if you're ever unsure and you're shopping for your hair care and you're like, what did Tess say to avoid? So here are some of the big offenders. Again, they're oil-based ingredients. They include coconut oil, argan oil, palm kernel oil, apricot kernel oil, wheat germ oil, olive oil, Moroccan oil. That's what I see pretty often in skincare. Petroleum, silicone, cocoa butter, sodium lauryl sulfate, again, mineral oil, coconut oil. Fragrance, this can be a little bit tricky. Depends on if you have a sensitivity to fragrance. Many people do. Many people say there's no benefit or no reason to have fragrance in your hair care or skincare. So if that is the case, if you truly want to avoid fragrance, you can always opt for fragrance. For me, that's something I haven't personally cut out yet, and if I wanted to be perfect, I could, but everyone is affected by fragrance a little bit differently, as with all ingredients. But fragrance, you may find that you can tolerate some essential oils. You may find that perfumes in general are just way too harsh and you do better when you avoid them. So that is just one to be aware of. Lanolin is the last one. It's tough to completely narrow down these ingredients. I know there are hair care brands that are skin safe brands that some dermatologists have formulated. There are things like that out there for sure. I would like to dip my toe in the water. For the most part, I look for things like heavier oils, and I definitely look for sodium lauryl sulfate. One of the big offenders with hair care and skin is dry shampoo. You want to make sure you don't apply it like directly on the hairline, which is totally something I used to do because a lot of us accumulate oil, more oil right here. You want to avoid applying it where the hair and the skin come in contact. Right here, just as it is an area we accumulate a lot of dirt, debris, dandruff, dead skin cells. So we don't want to add any extra product to this area. So try to, you know, really get in your roots and apply the dry shampoo that way. But again, you want to avoid sodium lauryl sulfate. Alcohol is one I forgot to include in the list. That is a big one, but I'm really liking this one from Playa. It is their soft volume powder, really lovely ingredient deck, and it has earth clay to help sort of detox any oil, but it always leaves my hair really soft and manageable and not like, I hate that starchy, sticky feeling that some dry shampoos can leave. So I really like this. It is also paraben and silicone free, so this is a fantastic option for dry shampoo. Now next, I wanted to give an example of a product that's not totally 100% perfect, but tell you how you can use it in your routine. Say you find a product you are absolutely obsessed with, ride or die, you're not going to take it out of the routine. My best advice for using something like this, which it is free of SLS, I believe it does have fragrance and some silicones. However, what I do is I always make sure I apply it from mid shaft to ends. I never apply product again on my roots or where my skin and hair sort of come into contact. So definitely something I used to do, and now I'm very, very careful that my products, if I'm going to apply them to my hair, they stay on my hair, and I try to minimize any contact with the skin. Shampoo and conditioner, again, these aren't perfect, but they're free of SLS, so that is the biggest thing to me. They're free of alcohol and SLS. They do have some fragrance, and they do have some very light oils, a good amount of oils, but they are lighter oils, such as camellia seed oil. So these are some of the products I use. In general, I tend to really like Olaplex for the strength of my hair, and I found that I can use it without totally compromising my skin. The best thing that you want to remember overall with your hair care is you want to keep the hair and the skin as separate as possible. I'm just going to keep repeating that, but that really is the key. So after I finish my hair care, I always make sure to rinse my hair really, really completely, get out any extra residue. I will rinse for a few extra seconds, really tilt my head back to make sure I get rid of any product buildup. Next, I think it's really important to mention that you should have some little tools that you can use to keep your hair away from your face. I absolutely love a little clip. You can find some on Amazon. This one is from Revolve, but I always make sure when I apply my hair care, again, I don't get it anywhere near the scalp. I apply it more so from about this area to the ends, and then when I have my conditioner, when I have my mask in my hair, I clip it up so that my skin is not susceptible to any of the ingredients. If you notice little breakout around your back and your shoulders, that's a really, really popular area. the best thing you can do is try to keep your hair away from your skin, and then when you rinse it out, try to just keep the product away from your body and try to rinse really thoroughly. This is a little headband and it is super helpful for washing your face. I notice breakout in this area as well because people are afraid of getting their hair wet. They don't want to ruin their hair. Maybe they just wash their hair, so they actually neglect washing completely or as much as they should in this area. So I want to be better at this. Maybe you guys can keep me accountable, but I really think it's great if you can put your hair up with a little headband. That way you can make sure you are spending enough time cleansing in those susceptible areas. I had to mention a silk pillowcase. Fantastic for anti-aging reasons, but silk is also resistant to absorbing much of our hair care and skincare products, so it makes it a really wonderful option. Think of if you go to bed with wet hair and any product such as a detangler on your hair, then your hair gets on your pillowcase, you're pressing your face into the pillowcase for 8 hours or so. It can certainly result in breakout, so I would definitely recommend getting a little silk pillowcase to help mitigate some of that product absorption. Lastly, this is one of the biggest things, and if you take away nothing from this video, I hope you remember this. Wash your face and care for your skin as the last step in your shower routine, and do your hair care first, then wash your face. That way you can eliminate any of the residue that may have been left behind. I don't know about you guys, but I notice often when I wash my hair, a good amount of it can get on my skin, definitely gets on my body. So if you can wash your face and even wash your body after you do your hair care, that will really allow you to eliminate a lot of the residue or thicker oils if you do choose to use them. Washing your face and washing your body last is a great option for eliminating that residue. I like to double cleanse in the evenings especially. This is more so my morning cleanser. It is the Vital C Hydrating Facial Cleanser. I really love this one. And I know some of you have heard from my TikToks or just my general philosophy. I'm not a big fan of oil cleansing. That's, again, a whole nother video, but to me it doesn't make sense to use a large molecule as the first step in your routine, because even if most of that residue is cut by your second cleanser, likely it's going to leave a little bit of a film behind that will prevent your other products and ingredients from working to the best of their ability, could lead to some clogged pores. So I'm a big fan of a little light lotion type of like milky cleanser as my first cleanser. Really does remove makeup wonderfully. And then as my second cleanser, this is one of my like ride or dies, standbys. I always repurchase this product. It is the Is Clinical Cleansing Complex. I really love using this with my Foreo. Cleansing, again, is so important. You want to make sure you spend at least a minute. You can't be lazy with a cleanse and have healthy skin. It doesn't happen. So make sure you are spending a minute really massaging the cleanser into the skin and focusing on those areas of concern. If you tend to break out around your forehead, telltale sign that it could be from your hair care, and that's definitely an area you should spend more time on. I love a little silicone cleansing device. There are so many on the market. I think the Foreo is one of the most tried and true popular ones. It's a little bit pricier than others, but I really enjoy it. I enjoy all the settings. I love it. It's my favorite tool for healthier skin, better cleansed skin. I know on my own I can get a little bit lazy. I'm not as efficient and hygienic on my own with my own two hands, so I think a silicone cleansing device is a must. It's just so thorough. It doesn't offer true exfoliation, but it does really help to get under any fine facial hair the oscillation helps to work in circular motions and clear the skin of dirt and bacteria. So I'm obsessed with the Freo. I love using it with a little gel cleanser, dynamic duo, and it is timed to make sure you get a thorough enough cleanse. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. Acne and breakouts are just never fun to deal with, so if I can help by giving you some tips, maybe sharing some things you could adjust about your routine, products you might want to reconsider, that is my mission. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in the next video.